Hello and welcome back to the Collectors Club. Welcome to the unboxing of the Super 7 Ultimates King Sphinx figure from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And normally I would skip this one because it costs between $50 and $60 and I got one already. I got a smaller Micro Machines one in storage somewhere. There was a present from a friend to my birthday this year, and I think I have another smaller one somewhere. But as I said, I'm technically good. I got him from the Lightning collection. Most people, as this figure came out, is like, he's not in scale with the Rangers because he's roughly, I think, 8" and the Rangers are 6. So he's like 7.5, 8", and he's a lacking of color. So there could be a dark version, something you could do to make him look better. The explanation from yaYsPllw was the monsters are more bulkier, they're more powerful, and they're bigger. Yeah, true to a certain point, but when you look at the show, King Sphinx is not that much bigger as a Power Ranger. He is bigger, but not like by that much. Anyways, I don't really mind him. I like the figure itself. We will compare this King Sphinx to this one, see how it holds up. I assume this one will be better because it technically costs more. I only bought it because it was on sale on Big Bad Toy Store. It cost me like $13, roughly that price range. And I paid that money out of my own pocket. It's not sponsored, this thing here, but if anybody out there who is related to toys, let's say Big Bad Toy Store or Super 7, yaYsPllw, doesn't matter. My channel is pretty small still. Is interested in a collab? Feel free to hit me up. I love that. I wouldn't mind doing something like that if anybody wants a video over a new toy they just brought out. Anyways, let's continue before I blab too much. As always, on the front of the box you can see King Sphinx itself, a logo in gold foil. Here is the logo of Ultimates, and on the back of the box is the Power Rangers logo from Season 1, or Season 2, or Season 3, depends. This is a slip color. Goes aside, I mean you can go here, speaking of the side. And then here you can see, well, King Sphinx. Plastic, we can look through, and I love that companies still do that. I mean, I don't mind plastic free. That was a whole debate some years back with yaYsPllw switching their normal boxes to plastic free. But this is for collectors nicer, and most people who collect this keep this box, so it's not really that much waste on the planet. But yeah, I know I'm for the environment, but there are some things that could be taken in consideration. But I don't want to blab too much about that stuff. Anyways, here's King Sphinx, who looks way different when I have a shorter look. Color-wise, for sure, more detailed. An extra head, which is odd to me. I said it in the last unboxing that I did from Rita Repulsa. I like the style of the box. It's not just a square box, it has a certain angle to it. On the back is a little picture of King Sphinx from the show. Here's the bio. Everything looks very, very nice, really high quality. Here's the power bolt. And I would say let's take a look inside and we'll see what we get. So you get one extra head. The head is really rubbery, same as for the entire figure. It feels rubbery. That's not a bad thing, it's just something I want to mention here. And you get here 2 extra fists, and here 2 extra, and here, so you get a total of 6 extra hands / fists, claws, whatever you want to call it. The wings I had to attach, they were in here alongside with, as I said, 2 claws. And I thought he was big, but he's even bigger. So side by side, here's some stuff that hold him in place. He is darker with the yellow and the blue. This is a different tone. This is more accurate to the show, I guess, if I have that right in my mind. I said it in the last unboxing. I didn't watch Mighty Morphin in a while, so I have to take a look at that. But I think when I compared Rita in the previous video, that is in the playlist if you want to check that out. It's the one before this one. Rita was very detailed and true to the show, so I assume this color is more true as well. I will make a close-up in a second, but when I have a first look, the wings on the back and on the front, they have color. This is missing color. I said it before, this figure missing color was the biggest complaint when people were buying Lightning Collection monster figures. Overall, I didn't bother much. I'm still happy with what I got, and this is always the thing you can do. You don't necessarily need to, but if you're a little bit skilled, you can always take a Sharpie, you can take a brush and do a black wash, whatever. The thing is, you don't, when you buy something like that, you don't have to do this in the first place. That should be the company doing it for you. But as far as I remember, for a monster figure, this was more pricey than a normal Ranger figure. So, and I think Hasbro said, or it was like consideration in the room, when you wanted this fully painted as this one, for example, you pay like $10 more. This was like 35, 40, I think. So this one's 50. So I mean, it's on sale, and I paid like roughly $13 to $14 for it. But going from a retail price point out, everybody was complaining. Yeah, I get that, but this was like 30, 35, and this one is 50. So the 50 extra, you see, there is a little bit truth to that. So if you want something fancy, you have to pay the price for it. That's the deal on that one. Or you wait on a sale, but that's also a double-edged sword. The sale is always like, you can buy stuff firsthand like I did in the past. I'm like happy I have it. Or you like, I can wait on a sale half a year, maybe longer. Best case scenario, deal for a fraction of the price that you normally would pay. Worst case scenario, sold out and you pay a lot of more money if you really want it on the aftermarket. Anyways, this one has a stuff as well that's in the box in storage. I had him without the stuff on the shelf. I don't know why actually, but yeah. I think with him being 8-inch, this has to be at least 8.5 or 9 inches. On the back, the figure has color as well on the wings. The claws itself are very pointy, and yeah, it's overall a bigger scale. He feels kind of weird to me. I don't know why, but he looks a bit more humanoid, to sort of say. When you have him side by side, this is way more bulky, but this is more accurate to the show if my memory is not playing games on me. And the extra head has an open mouth. What I wanted to do in the past is paint his mouth parts between the teeth black. I forgot that. When you compare that, already like some black between the teeth makes a ton of a difference here. He looks more menacing, more like evil. I always liked this character. So this is like the Minotaur or like Goldar. These are iconic monsters from Power Rangers. When you think, as me, like being 40 plus now, grew up with Power Rangers, and when you think about Mighty Morphin, the most iconic monsters that come to mind is Goldar, King Sphinx, Minotaur, and Pudgy Pig. It's the first monsters that pop in my head when I think about the first season. And yeah, he of course has articulation to it. He has a really nice spray paint wash to it. This looks like the suit from the show. I mean, look at the shoulder pads. The hieroglyphs are white. This is molded on like here, but here's missing paint. I don't know really. How's your front? That's painted, that's painted. This is just black and red. There's more color to this one. Honestly, I don't know if I prefer the dark yellow on the Lightning Collection figure. When I see them side by side, this looks kind of nicer to me, but this is, as I said, I have to watch the show again. I will do after the recording, just for funsies, but I think this is more true to the show. Yeah, but I didn't expect him to be this huge. I said that in the unboxing with Rita. I will give you a 360 in front of the camera in a moment, but I thought Rita was this size, so there's a different color variant of Rita, and I skipped out on that one because I thought this was like this huge. Rita is, because she's human, smaller, and I might get that when it's back on stock, in stock on shelves or whatever. And if it's still like 13 bucks or what was it, if I feel like it. But other than that, I'm happy that I bought the figures on sale. I now have to find a place for them. That's the downside on this. But yeah, this figure is gorgeous. If you like Power Rangers and you like the monsters and you want the figure for your shelf or something, try to get this one. I don't mind that one, as I said, but this is better. This is really better. Sorry that I have to say that, but when you compare the facts, more paint, more menacing look, more true to the show. Yeah. I'm kind of sad, I have to say that this is like such a downer. I tried in between when I unboxed this one off camera to get these wings on this one. That's sadly not compatible, but yeah, great figure, highly recommend it, especially on sale. Who doesn't want to save some money? So anyways, thank you for watching, thank you for the support. Hope you liked this quick review of King Sphinx, and we see you here next time with the Collectors Club when we unbox another figure or whatever comes to mind. So till next time.